Hi Sam. Today, we're diving into a really interesting word.
Kopf.
Kopf. What does that mean?
Kopf.
Means head in English. It's used in a variety of contexts. The most common meaning is, of course, the physical head, but it can also refer to someone's mind or intellect, like when we say someone is head over heels in love.
That's cool. Are there any tricky parts to this word?
Yes, there can be. Sometimes learners confuse
Kopf.
with the English word cop, but they're not related.
Kopf.
Is a noun, and it's masculine, so we say.
Der Kopf.
The plural form is.
Die Köpfe.
How do you use Kopf in a sentence?
Good question. In the present tense, you can say.
Ich habe Kopfschmerzen.
Which means I have a headache. In the past tense, you might say.
Ich hatte Kopfschmerzen.
Meaning I had a headache. And in the perfect tense, you would say.
Ich habe Kopfschmerzen gehabt.
I see. What about commands?
For the imperative, you can say.
Kopf hoch.
Which means keep your head up. It's an encouraging phrase.
Where does the word Kopf come from?
The origin of
Kopf.
is quite fascinating. It comes from Old High German,
Kopf.
which also meant head. Over the centuries, the word has stayed quite similar across different German dialects. It reflects how important the concept of head has been in language.
That's really interesting.
Now let's break down the word.
Kopf.
It doesn't have any prefixes or suffixes, it's a simple root word. So, there's no Lego building here. But it's a great word to remember because it's fundamental.
Got it. Simple is good.
Let's look at some similar words. Since
Kopf.
is masculine, we can look at other masculine nouns. For example,
Der Rumpf.
means torso, and
Der Bauch.
means belly.
What about verbs with similar meanings?
Sure. Consider verbs like,
Denken.
which means to think, and
Wissen.
meaning to know. They connect to the concept of the mind, just like
Kopf.
That makes sense.
Now, let's practice speaking. Imagine you're at the doctor. You could say,
Ich habe Schmerzen im Kopf.
which means I have pain in my head. Can you try repeating that?
Ich habe Schmerzen im Kopf.
Perfect. Now, how about if you want to say you feel dizzy? You could say,
Ich fühle mich schwindelig.
Ich fühle mich schwindelig.
great job. Now, imagine you're at a party. You could say,
Ich habe einen klaren Kopf.
which means I have a clear head.
Ich habe einen klaren Kopf.
Let's talk about remembering the gender of.
Kopf.
Since it ends with a consonant, it's masculine. You can also visualize a strong, proud head on a statue to help remember.
That's a fun image.
In terms of usage,
Kopf.
is informal. You might hear it in phrases like,
Kopf hoch. Kopfzerbrechen über etwas.
which means to rack your brain about something. Just be careful with words like,
Kopf.
and,
Kopfsteinpflaster.
which means cobblestones, as they can be confusing.
I'll keep that in mind.
Let's use
Kopf.
in some full sentences. For example,
Hat einen großen Kopf.
means he has a big head. Another one is,
Sie hat Kopfschmerzen.
meaning she has a headache.
Got it.
And one more,
Ich denke mit meinem Kopf.
means I think with my head.
That's nice.
Now, let's do a quick recall check. First question, what is the plural of?
Kopf.
Köpfe.
Correct. Second question, what does
Kopf hoch.
mean?
Keep your head up.
Right again. Third question, what is the gender of?
Kopf.
It's masculine.
Great. Fourth, how do you say I have a headache in German?
Ich habe Kopfschmerzen.
Perfect. Last question, where does the word
Kopf.
come from?
Old High German.
Exactly. You did fantastic, Sam. To wrap up, today we learned that
Kopf.
means head and can be used in various contexts. Remember the key phrases and the history behind the word. Keep practicing, and you'll master it in no time.
Thanks, Alex. This was really fun and informative.